Live from WRAL News Headquarters in Raleigh, your #1 source for local news. WRAL News, coverage you can count on.
Well, it's a big update after a very dry spring. Tonight, people across most of North Carolina can once again light a fire outside. Good evening, and thank you for joining us. I'm Eric Miller. Just take a look at this map here. Open burning is now allowed in all of those green counties with a valid permit. The ban is still in place for the counties shown here in red. Locally, those include Chatham and Moore counties. The lifting of the burn ban does not apply to fires started within 100 feet of an occupied building. The local fire marshal has the authority to issue or lift a burn ban within those 100 feet. The thing is, we are still in a severe to extreme drought right now across our state. Meteorologist Grant Skinner is in the WRAL Severe Weather Center with a closer look at these drought conditions and what the beginning of our work week is going to look like. Grant.
Yeah, so exceptional drought is actually in place now for areas east of Charlotte. The drought is still very rough across the entire state. This worsened over the past week. The extreme drought continues to expand. The exceptional drought is just east of Charlotte now. Over the past week, we did get a good amount of rain. You can see some spots, again, a good amount in terms of we had a good coverage, but it's still not a ton of rain. The area in blue here, about a ½ inch to an inch and a half of rain. Back to the area in green is about a 1/10 of an inch up to a ½ an inch of rain. But still, it's just not enough to really put a huge dent in our drought conditions. That was thanks to the area of low pressure that brought the rain on Saturday. Now high pressure built in. It's drier through the rest of today and into tomorrow. It's been beautiful out there for our Sunday. You can see tons of blue sky right now from downtown Raleigh. We'll gradually drop to around 50 by 2 a.m. in the mid-40s starting the day on Monday. So be prepared for a chilly start to the day, but by the afternoon, feeling great. Upper 70s to around 80 degrees. Plenty of sunshine. It's a dry start to the week. We'll have another rain chance by midweek, but we still need a lot of rain to help with our drought conditions. Right now, the latest numbers show between 10 and 15 inches of rain are needed to end the drought within a 1-month period. So I think there's a little bit of confusion, Eric, with, we still need a lot of rain, but the burn ban's lifted. So a lot of folks still have questions about why the burn ban was lifted.
Absolutely. Grant, thank you very much. We're, of course, reaching out to the North Carolina Forest Service to ask those questions about lifting the burn ban, including what guided this decision, what is the benefit of removing the burn ban, and how does the ongoing drought factor into this decision? A lot of questions here from a lot of folks we're hearing. We are still waiting to hear back from the Forest Service. To breaking news here now, a multi-billion-dollar partnership proposal between two major North Carolina health systems may be facing a new delay. Wake County commissioners were set to vote on the proposed consolidation tomorrow, but it appears that vote may be postponed. WRAL's Bailey Stamos joins us live at Wake Med to explain today's developments. Bailey, this is just the latest twist in this story.
The public first learned about this partnership between Atrium Health and Wake Med through a press release sent out on Friday. The Wake County Board of Commissioners meeting agenda details a $2 billion agreement that is scheduled for a vote Monday. Immediately following the announcement, State Treasurer Brad Briner pushing back, saying the deal would likely raise costs for consumers. Today, he doubled down on that, posting on X, quote, "This proposed move will increase already high health care costs with no meaningful investment in Wake County." Briner wasn't the only one to write a letter to Wake County commissioners. State Auditor Dave Bullock also pushed back on the proposal, saying, quote, "The rollout of the proposed hospital takeover raises questions. The lack of transparency does not instill confidence. In fact, it calls for greater scrutiny and explanation." Some of that hesitation coming from the worry that this collaboration would raise prices for consumers.
So if you're a Wake Med, you get the support to do expansion projects. You can update infrastructure, you can update technology, you can improve current facilities, that sort of thing. I'd say from a con perspective, a lot of the times with these consolidation events, mergers, however you want to frame it, they eventually lead to increased prices.
State Representative Mike Sheetzelt and State Treasurer Briner both posting on social media today that they've learned the Wake County Commissioners will hold off on a vote tomorrow. But again, it is currently still listed on the agenda. I have reached out to all 7 Wake County Commissioners for confirmation on this, and we're still waiting to hear back. Bailey Stamos, WRAL News in Raleigh.
Bailey, thank you. New here tonight, Morrisville police have confirmed that 2 people were shot dead in a neighborhood home. One death is a homicide, one a suicide. This is the scene yesterday on Hildebrand Lane. You can see crime scene tape up, police lining that block. Morrisville police say they're still working to confirm the exact series of events that led to those fatal shots being fired. We've reached out multiple times to Morrisville PD to see if they can confirm any more information, including the identities of those involved. We're still waiting to hear back. We're also working to learn more about an active investigation in Wilson. Video from the WRAL Breaking News Tracker shows the scene on Hadley Street off of Ward Boulevard. You can see that home taped off there. Officers also directing traffic around the house. One man is in custody this evening after a stabbing in Garner at a home with children inside. The WRAL Breaking News Tracker was on that scene as well on Atchison Street. That's just off Benson Road. Police say a fight broke out at the house before 3 a.m. The victim, a man, was taken to the hospital. There's no word on his condition. One person was also taken into custody. Later, another person was also questioned by police. We know several people, including children, were inside that home at the time of the stabbing. We're working to learn more about their conditions tonight. A 17-year-old is dead and an 18-year-old is in the hospital after a crash in Clinton. It happened just after 9 on Airport Road near Summertree Court. Troopers say the driver, 18-year-old Aiden Reams, was speeding when he ran off the road, overcorrected, and crashed into a tree. 17-year-old Carson Faircloth, the only passenger in that car, died in the crash. Reams is currently at Wake Med with serious injuries. Troopers do not believe impairment played a role here. They're still investigating. A pickup truck hauling horses wound up wedged between 2 trees in Johnston County. 3 people and 1 horse were hurt. Troopers say a minivan pulled into the path of that pickup near NC 42 and NC 222 in Kenneally. The truck and trailer then went off the road and into the trees. Both people in the van were taken to Wake Med, one with serious injuries. The driver hauling the horses had minor injuries. The highway was closed for about 2 hours.
I'm Elizabeth Holmes here in the WRAL Live Center, where we are following the latest on the war with Iran. Today, President Trump said that the United States will start to escort ships out of the Strait of Hormuz. He posted it on social media today. He is calling it Project Freedom, and he says that it will start tomorrow morning. Now, this will only impact ships that are neutral in this war and not involved. And he said anyone who tries to interfere will be met with force. He also said on social media today that his representatives are having positive conversations with Iran. Eric?
Elizabeth, thank you. A new poll finds that many voters here in North Carolina are concerned about election integrity. A poll of more than 800 North Carolinians put out by Opinion Diagnostics found that top voter concerns include fraud, cyber attacks, and the federal government potentially meddling in North Carolina elections. The poll comes a year after Republicans took control of the state board of elections. Board Director Sam Hayes spoke to our NC Capitol team about these poll results and changes that the board has made. You can read what he had to say at WRAL.com. Well, the Carolina Hurricanes are back on the ice tomorrow for Game 2 after a strong start to the series. Carolina shut out the Philadelphia Flyers 3-0 in Game 1, taking a 1-0 series lead. They'll face the Flyers again at Lenovo Center tomorrow. Puck drop is at 7 p.m. Still to come here, new lifeline. After being forced out, local business owners got a chance to sell their inventory. How this weekend's efforts is helping them bounce back. Plus, time to prepare. With hurricane season just weeks away, state leaders are urging you to get ready now. What you should do today before the next storm hits. Welcome back. Within the last 2 hours, the second and final day of a warehouse sale for former Painted Tree vendors wrapped up. Last month, we told you how Painted Tree boutiques abruptly closed all of their stores, leaving many independent shop owners in Raleigh and Cary scrambling to move out their inventories. Those vendors got help from a local warehouse yesterday and today. The WRAL's Kirsten Clark went to Monarch Logistics in Raleigh, where vendors are getting a second chance.
A bunch of amazing Mother's Day gifts.
It's a fresh start for Tara Parrish after her 6 years at Painted Tree Boutique suddenly came to an end.
I thought it was a joke. It was kind of like, okay, where do we go from here?
She says that question lingered in her head for weeks until she was approached by a fellow vendor.
She came to several of us and asked us if we wanted to all pop up together at her son's warehouse.
That vendor was Celeste Neville. Her son Ashton told us it was a no-brainer to volunteer his warehouse warehouse as a pop-up shop.
For us to be able to help and give all these small businesses another chance, way to reconnect with their customers and have somewhere to call home, we're very grateful to give them the opportunity and glad for them to be a part of it.
Throughout the 2-day sale, both returning and new customers came by to show their support.
They were so excited when they found out that this was happening because they're like, they didn't know where we were at and where we were going to go, and they were just hoping that somehow they would be able to find us.
And though the layout and concept looks different now, Parrish, Neville, and other vendors say they look forward to what lies ahead.
This isn't the end for us, it's just a beginning, and it's just a pivot in a different direction.
One door closed and another one opened for a community of local businesses. In Raleigh, Kirsten Clark, WRAL News.
Happening tomorrow, some special students in Wake County are being recognized for their hard work. The school district is putting a spotlight on students. The students being honored were nominated by both teachers and school staff for their leadership and independence. Tomorrow night's ceremony is at 5:30 at Wakefield High. Hurricane Preparedness Week is underway across North Carolina, and after storms like Helene, state leaders say now is the time to get ready. The Atlantic hurricane season runs from June 1st through November. Governor Josh Stein says Hurricane Helene was a stark reminder of how destructive tropical storms can be, and it should prompt all of us in every corner of the state to make sure that we are prepared. Officials say to start with an emergency plan, know how you'll communicate, where you'll go, and how you'll evacuate if needed. You should also build an emergency kit with enough food, water, and supplies to last 3 to 7 days. Keep copies of important documents in a safe, easy-to-access place. And take time now to review your insurance, especially flood coverage. You can find a full checklist and planning tools at readync.gov. And Grant, I know that last one, flood insurance, it catches a lot of people off guard every time we have got major floods coming in. And, you know, a lot of good advice there ahead of hurricane season.
Yeah, and it's going to come up sooner than we think. I mean, we're already in May now, so it's only a few weeks away, and it's just good for folks to have that plan in place ahead of time. Looking ahead to this week, the good news is we do have another chance for rain by Thursday, which we really need that rain. We not only need you to prepare for hurricane season, but we also need you to hope for some more rain because those drought conditions persist across the area. For now, though, it's a bit chilly tonight, warm and dry for Monday, then highs do climb back to the 80s by Tuesday. So temperatures do pick up again throughout this week, and we'll talk more about how we get there. Here's a view from our WRAL Garner Tower camera as the sun slowly sets. It's so gorgeous out there, no clouds in sight. High pressure is allowing for things to be very quiet. Over the past 24 hours, even though the cold front or area of low pressure moved out and some chillier temperatures moved in this morning, we are warmer than what we were 24 hours ago, and that's just because we were so chilly throughout the day yesterday with the clouds and the rain in place. We were in the 50s throughout the day. We're a bit warmer now across the area, about 15 degrees warmer for our southern spots. 66 in Raleigh, 69 in Fayetteville right now, 64 Roxborough, 65 in Rocky Mount. This evening we'll drop to the upper 50s by 9 o'clock, mid 50s by 11 p.m. Rain chances out of the picture and clear skies. It's going to be really, really nice throughout this evening. Get out and enjoy it. Tomorrow morning, a little bit on the chilly side still. 45 by tomorrow morning, 46 Fayetteville, 43 Rocky Mount, 41 in Roxborough. Mostly clear skies to start the day, so still a bit chilly, but not quite as chilly as what you saw this morning. Tomorrow afternoon, it's a warmer day. We have an upper level high building over the area, and with that, it's going to allow for temperatures to climb tomorrow, upper 70s to around 80. So instead of 60s across the board, more 70s. Maybe Fayetteville hitting 80 degrees, 79 in Raleigh, 78 South Hill, 78 in Roxborough. Of course, the Canes play again tomorrow, game 2 of round 2. 79 degrees by 5 o'clock if you're tailgating, mid 70s by 7 p.m. We'll have mostly clear skies, a perfect evening for tailgating. So hopefully maybe you leave work a little bit early so you get to do some tailgating a couple hours before game starts at 7 o'clock. Now, temperatures do slowly climb throughout the week. 83 Tuesday, 84 on Wednesday. Then we'll gradually cool off by the end of the week. That's behind our next cold front. That brings a good chance for some showers, a few storms. We need the rain, so hopefully those rain totals continue to climb throughout the week. Back to the 70s for more spots by Friday, but a good chance for showers and a few storms later Wednesday with the best rain chance into Thursday of this week. A 60% rain chance by then. Drier Friday, maybe a few showers Saturday, but that big rain chance is going to be on Thursday of this week. It's been trending that way at least. And this is also a good trend, 3/4 of an inch to maybe an inch of rain across our area over the next 7 days. Mainly come from that Thursday rain chance. So we are hoping this stays the same, or increases because we need as much rain as possible. Again, it's a warmer day tomorrow. Upper 70s to around 80. We're in the 60s today. Pretty chilly this morning. Still a bit chilly tomorrow morning. Then comfortable in the afternoon, but warm, even warmer Tuesday and Wednesday. Then we're watching for that chance for showers and a few storms into Thursday. Then back to the low to mid 70s. A beautiful end to the week. So more of that spring-like weather this week. And we are really hoping for a really good rain chance on Thursday.
Absolutely, Grant. Thank you very much. Also turning to sports now, Pat, I know folks were kind of wondering how this second round of the Stanley Cup playoffs were going to go, given how things went in the regular season. Last night, oh my gosh.
Yeah, and so much for that whole rest versus rust debate we had after the first round sweep, just absolutely dominant on Saturday. And their biggest production has come from the smallest guy on the ice, how Logan Stankoven has defied the odds. Next.
And if you see breaking news, have a story tip, or shoot video or pictures of our weather, please report it to us. Go to WRAL.com/report it to send your video, pictures, or tip to our news team. We'll be right back.
The smallest player on the ice is having the biggest impact. Logan Stankoven. What a story, right? Youngest player to begin the playoffs on a 5-game goal streak, and he doesn't appear to be slowing down.
Jarvis, Stankoven scores! Who in the world is hotter than Stankoven?
Stankoven with his NHL high 5th and 6th goals last night in the playoffs. Carolina's 3-0 win over the Philadelphia Flyers. He is listed at 5'8", but has to be feeling a mile high right now. He's just trying to keep his feet on the ground, and his teammates, or they're riding this rocket ship with the rest of us.
I think it just goes back to how many chances I've had throughout the season to score, and these guys setting me up and hitting posts, or goalies making good saves, and now I think I felt like since the Olympic break things have started to turn and pucks have started to go in, and I think as a player I've been learning what areas of the ice to find to get shots off, and I think that just in time things change, and I feel like I've been able to develop as a player and as a person.
And he's just doing his thing. He comes to the rink every day. He wants to get better every day. And so you kind of just let him be, but, also just encourage him. That's part of being a team, is encouraging guys when they're doing well. And it's not like he's walking around with a big head on his shoulders. He's a humble kid and just puts his head down and keeps working.
The second-line dominance for the Canes continues. A big reason they haven't trailed all playoffs. The other, well, defense. Freddie Anderson with his second shutout of the playoffs last night. But it wasn't Keandre Miller. It was Keandre Miller with the save of the game. The Canes had to swap out a lot of defensemen the last few years, but this group clicking right now. The forwards are as well. They've been called suffocating. So what would they call it?
Hopefully suffocating. Our forwards do a great job of helping us being able to be that way with their back pressure. And we always talk about defending as a 5-man unit. And so that's what we do is heavy puck pressure in your face and being able to help when you can help, and also knowing where your guy is. But like I said, our D-core skates really well, and so in the D zone that helps out to get pucks, or to get pressure on the puck when they do have it, and take away their time and space.
Canes defense healthy this postseason as opposed to last year. Rod Brindamore said Alexander Nikishin wasn't feeling quite right yesterday. They're waiting on him to give the okay here for Game 2. I don't think anyone's going to turn down a Duke versus UNC matchup in any sport. Now, UNC baseball took the series last weekend. Today, a bonus non-conference game. First time they played each other more than 3 times in a season since 2009. Jason DeCaro on the hill here. Kid's got an MLB future. Let's go to the second inning, and you're going to see his 200th career strikeout. 3 innings pitched, no runs, 4 strikeouts for DeCaro. The UNC offense was making it pretty easy on the pitching staff. Already 6-0 in the second. Let's go ahead and make it 8. Naked Winslow with the shot to deep center there. UNC wins 13-0 in 7 innings. Durham Bulls hosting the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp. And I had a low country seafood boil at the Canes game last night. Absolutely delicious. 5th inning, Blake Sable cooking off the left field wall. Scores Durham's first run, but the Jumbo Shrimp had the winning recipe today. 9th inning, chef's kiss. Kemp Alderman, solo shot there as the Shrimp get the win on just a gorgeous day in Durham, 9-2. So you know what? Even if you're losing, Eric, you're still winning because this is some gorgeous weather we are having outside today. Although I'm pretty excited to get back inside of the rink tomorrow for Canes. Game 2, man, I don't know. I'm feeling like this could be another sweep. We'll see.
Absolutely. I mean, we will. I keep going back to that, Mikko Rantanen trade, a little over a year ago where, Stankoven ended up making his way to the Canes. Who would have thought last year that this is where we would be?
And where's Dallas right now? And Mikko Rantanen, they're home on the couch. Not to mention Taylor Hall, who they got in the initial 3-team deal, has been a stud for the Canes so far in the postseason. So props to Eric Tulsky. He's done an incredible job building this team top to bottom. It's really impressive.
Yeah, paying dividends for sure. Pat, thank you very much. And thank you for joining us here this evening. Have a great evening, everybody. We'll see you right back here tomorrow.